Hi guys, we're in a Hoku. I'm Hatasha,
And I'm Neveah.
and we're going to be covering April's issue of Earth Day, and the impacts that tourists have on Hawaii's marine life.
Yeah. Well, as you already know, if you're local here, millions of tourists come to visit Hawaii annually. They come to surf, to visit the beaches, and rent boats. But this kind of heavy tourism has a huge impact on our sea life and has long-term effects on the environment. Like just thinking about how tourists sometimes harass wildlife and how the beaches are shrinking and there's like a littering problem. The coral reefs are declining, and the pandemic also had a pretty big effect on tourism. So it's just seeing how these things how tourism itself has a long term effect on Hawaii and its environment.
On the issue of wildlife harassment, just a month ago, 33 swimmers were allegedly chasing and recording a pod of dolphins, even though it's strictly prohibited to swim within a 50-yard distance of spinner dolphins in Hawaii. And on July 2021, quiet tourists from Louisiana touched Hawaiian monk seal despite it being a federal offense to disturb endangered marine species. And I think we all have our fair share of experience or seeing tourists disrespect our wildlife. And I think there has to be more awareness and rules being implemented to help our marine life um, feel safe in their environment.
Yeah, going off of that, like a general thing to follow is just look but don't touch. Like, how would you feel if you're just lying on a beach one day and someone came up to you and touched you? I mean, it wouldn't feel so great. And it's also our part too to one, educate tourists on how to best respect wildlife. And we also have to report any harassment we see so that laws can be enforced. And just everyone, locals, tourists, have to do their part in protecting wildlife. And going with that, talking about how Hawaii is well known for its beaches, but because of tourism and global warming, the beaches are shrinking, and because of this, marine life is will be losing its natural habitats. And one of Hawaii's more popular beaches is Waikiki, but as you know, if you visited there recently, it's been the actual sandy part of the beaches have shrunk a lot. And it's estimated that the beach could completely disappear in 20 to 30 years.
Going off of that, I really do think that because of the amount of tourists that are coming in, there's a lot of foot traffic on our beaches, which causes erosion as well as global warming. But because um, tourism is like speeding up the process a lot faster along with global warming, I think that it's really sad to see that marine lives are losing their natural habitat where they come to lay their eggs or lay on our beaches or in general for like our crabs that live within the sand. Um, I think that we should better implement the amount of tourists coming in or help generate tourists in other areas so there isn't a lot of foot traffic on our beaches that causes erosion.
And like talking about how we're educating tourists and working in part with locals and tourists, there's the littering issue that our beaches have that Tourists actually contribute to about 20 tons of Hawaii's trash, and about 15 tons end up in the ocean. So it's just a matter of teaching tourists and locals to respect the land. And of course, I mean, tourists must like Hawaii. They visit it every year. So we have to educate them that if they don't respect the land that they're visiting, then it's not going to be around for much longer to visit.
And going after that, along with that, to pick up after yourselves and to not leave trash anywhere. And with the tourist impact on the environment and our marine life in general, there's been a decline in coral reefs. Coral reefs are slowly depleting, and tourists were caught kicking, stepping, and destroying coral reefs. Scuba and underwater cameras were seen as a threat to our reefs. And we see that with a lot of our popular areas, our coral reefs are losing a lot of its self compared to areas where there isn't a lot of tourism generated.
I think the common theme with that is that where there is less human interaction, the environment seems to do better and generally seems less depleted. So, as many of you know, when the pandemic hit, Hawaii was closed and tourism was completely shut down. And this was when that marine life really healed from all of the years of heavy tourism. It was thriving more than we've seen in many years. There was a noticeable decrease in trash, and generally the waters just look cleaner and the beaches look cleaner. Like, yeah, just seeing the impact that less human interaction had on the environment.
Of course, we're not saying to completely stop tourists from coming, but we would like to better help our environment by better educating and giving awareness to the impact that they do have on our marine life and to lessen the amount of bad things happening so our marine life can in turn thrive and look a lot better in general.
Yeah. It's just a matter of educating, enforcing, and just working together to keep Hawaii the beautiful paradise that it's known for. And even though um, Earth is April is Earth Month, I believe that we can all be looking to help the Earth in every month.
That's all we have for our podcast. Have a good summer. Remember to pick up after yourselves and respect our marine life.
Happy Earth Month, Menes, and have a good one.
That's all we have for our podcast. Have a good summer. Remember to pick up after yourselves and respect our marine life.
Happy Earth Month, Menes, and have a good one.